Alright guys, what's up and welcome to today's video. Today we're gonna talk about arguably the most broken combo of this patch, or even this set. And that of course is Irelia. Okay, so as always we begin at the first augment selection, and right here you can see the second talking point of this video. So in this game I got an Econ opener, so my first augment was money. And if you get that, always take it. Don't even look at the other ones, just take the money augment as your first augment, and in a while you will see why. So in this case I got a bunch of random units and I'm just gonna sell them all, and I also get units from minions. So I just sell absolutely everything and I put in these 3 yordles, and that's gonna be my opener for this game. But since this video is also supposed to be about Irelia, here I have 2 examples how your opener could look like if you don't get money. You can pause the video and have a closer look, but as always you have to play what you get, and if you don't get exactly these units, then just play whatever you have. One good thing to notice is though that an easy pivot into Irelia is a bruiser and striker opening, so always try to go for that. Because if you go for like a bodyguard opener, you're probably gonna play Poppy and Darius and maybe 3 syndicates later, and there just won't be a good pivot into Irelia. Whereas if you play some bruisers like Ilawi and Rek'Sai, and then later on maybe Sejuani, then you can pretty much easily just pivot into Irelia. You already have some bruisers and you can easily play 4 bruisers with Irelia or Gnar and pivot into Irelia later. Alright, so now let's focus on this game. Okay, so we are already in stage 3 and I pretty much skipped the entire early game because, well, there wasn't much to show. I pretty much got 4-0'd every fight, so yeah, there's nothing to learn there. If you play 3 yordles and absolutely nothing else, then you're just gonna get smashed. But as you can see, I picked up this gangplank from the second carousel and I had so much money I was able to keep it and I didn't have to sell it for Econ. So now I'm level 6 with my 5 streak and I got so much money, I'm above 50 gold and level 6, so we are in a really good spot. And at this point I don't even mind winning, so that's why I leveled and put in the GP, because I have some hopes that I can maybe go level 7 really fast and win streak from there. Or if I can't get any wins, then the plan is to go level 8 after the minion round. And yeah, that's pretty much the biggest advantage of going money in the early game. As you probably know, money snowballs in this game. The more interest you have, the more money you get. And by making the first interest points really quickly, you will have so much more money than everybody else, because they are just still busy leveling and buying some units while you're already at 20 or 30 gold while they don't even have 10. So again, the plan is go level 7, stabilize a little bit, and go level 8 after the minion round. Now, let's have a look at the second augment choice. So Trade Sector is basically another Econ augment and I already have one, so I can take this one. And Cybernetic Uplink is not bad, but my main thought was that I need some immediate strength. And I think Keepers is a pretty decent augment for the early and mid game. It definitely falls off in the late game because it's flat HP and that just matters more in the early game, but my biggest worry right now is to bleed out before I can go level 8 and hit everything. So what I want to do is I want some immediate strength to stabilize my board, and I did that with Keepers. So now with Keepers I gotta clump everything a little bit, but the Socialite Hex is in a really nice spot and I can just pretty much clump everything around it. So winning or losing doesn't really matter at this point because I got no streak anyway. The only thing I want to make sure is that I kill some units every round. So whenever I'm in a situation where it doesn't look too hard and it looks like I'm kind of losing a lot, I always like to do some rough estimations on how much HP I'm gonna have over the next few rounds. So what this means is now I look at my health and I see I'm at 54. And so if I lose the next 2 rounds and it's really bad, I lose like 20-25 HP, and then I'm already at 25 or 30, and that's really low. So that's pretty much the reason why I rolled here a little bit. And well, yeah, I was ready to play this Kha'Zix, but re-rolled and got Irelia, and of course then I'm not gonna roll anymore. But if I had not hit that Irelia this early, then I would have rolled down probably to around 30 gold. Because again, I want to go level 8, but I also need to stabilize a little bit. I can't afford to lose another 20 or 25 HP over the next 2 rounds. And of course, since Irelia is mega broken this patch, and wow, thank Mordog, this patch lasts for like 3 weeks. So we have Irelia meta for the whole month. Yeah, we're just gonna win pretty much all the fights with Irelia. 1. Well, for my positioning, since I took keepers and also have Socialite in, I'm just gonna make this nice circle in the middle here. The only problem you have with augments and Socialite is, as you can see, this guy, he has a Zephyr. So in the late game you will have to pay close attention to people with Zephyrs. And this guy is really healthy, so we'll probably have to look out for that later. But for now, we're just so strong that we're gonna win, and yeah. Looks pretty good so far, and we can definitely execute our plan and go level 8 after the minion round. And since we got the Irelia and the Keeper's Augment, which is still pretty strong, we can actually afford to greed around. I still want to win though and keep my win streak, so this is the turn where I throw out the Yordles and I put in stronger units. So after selling everything, I kind of realized that I'm actually really close to level 8, and I also have this 2 streak, so I kind of want to keep it up. So I did actually go level 8 this turn. And I rolled a little bit, but it didn't really hit much, but at least I can put in 4 strikers, so we should be decently strong. And I also picked up this Debonair Zeri that I found, and next round you will see I also pick up some Dravens. I think at the moment, yeah, I was thinking maybe I could play Draven and Zeri, because that could be strong too, and I also have this Rageblade on bench, it could go on Draven. But yeah, I realized it a moment later, so there's really no point. I mean, you can just play Irelia, why would you play Draven? Also, Socialite Hex is in a really bad spot, so I don't really know why I got sidetracked there. But of course we're gonna play Irelia in the end. Because that's pretty much the best thing you can do this patch, at least in my opinion. I don't have like a crazy amount of Irelia games, I have 12 Irelia games I think. And 70% top 4 rate and 25% win rate. So that's pretty good, I'd say. I don't think I have that with any other champion. Or at least nothing that I play in my in this elo now. So maybe in the beginning, but not now. So the other thing that rivals Irelia in terms of how broken it is, I mean the only other thing really is mana-less mutant. So if mutant is Synaptic Web, less mana, just force mutants. I mean, there's a pretty good chance that 3 out of 4 mutant players will be in the top 4, so whenever it's manaless, just play mutants. So it wasn't manaless this game, but this mutant player kind of was just still too strong, so we lose a round. We're still looking for that Irelia too, but so far it just hasn't come out. So we keep rolling and pick up this Jace, maybe we can play it later. Not really sure, maybe level 9, and after Irelia 2 I want to go 9, so yeah, just keep it. 2 Jace is really nice. And I find my first Sivir, and I'm just gonna put that in, it's better than Jarvan. And since I can't make the full circle anymore, the bronze circle in the middle, I'm gonna split my units a little bit. I want Sivir in the last row, and obviously have a Blitzcrank corner bait and some unit next to it in case there are any assassins. So if you look at my sad bench, this was pretty much a point I realized I need more gold. I have 6 pairs. 6 pairs of 4 cost and 3 cost and 1 5 cost pair. So I can't really hit everything with my 10 gold. I didn't even have 10 gold. So at this point I realized I have to chill until the minion round. Again, I'm doing some rough estimations in my head. Even if I lose the next 2 rounds and I'm still at 20 HP, and while that was too low for me back then, it's not that low now because it's later into the game, and also I don't think I get 10 out with this board. So I think I'm in a pretty good spot with my comp and I don't have to roll. And yeah, as I said, I have so many pairs, I'm gonna need more gold than just 16. I'm gonna need like 30 or 40 gold to hit everything. For my final augment, it's a pretty easy choice. I think Tiny Titans is pretty broken, and also Hextech is not really a good trade late game, at least not 2 Hextech, and I'm not gonna play anymore. So Tiny Titans gives us 35 HP, and that's really good. I really like this augment, and I think it pretty much guarantees you a top 4 spot if you play it right. So yeah, one more fight until the minion round, and after the minion round immediately I want to roll down and I want to hit all the pairs on the right while still keeping the Jace, because that's going to be my level 9. So because I earlier realized that I need more gold to roll it down, I can now bring you this very satisfying roll down where I hit pretty much everything I need and every single pair is completed, or at least every important one. And I actually keep this Rexa here and I'm not gonna make 10 gold, because other than Jace on 9, this is the only upgrade that I have left and I don't want to miss out on that. And I made a Hand of Justice on Sivir because she's also 2-star, so I think she can carry really well, and I want to have the glove on Irelia and have the scrap bonus, and in this case it even made an Infinity Edge perfect item. Yeah, so I have the most value. And yeah, I put Rexa in the corner because there was one guy with a Zephyr and I don't want to have my Seraphine Zephyred and Sivir hooked. So yeah, I put that there. We fight another guy, but that's just how it is. Right, so now we have hit everything and let's see if we can finally beat this mutant player. That would actually be a pretty good sign because he looks like he's our strongest enemy in this lobby. And for the other guys, we will do our best to scout them and find the best positioning, because as I said, we have every upgrade and we are ready to go 9. So there's not really anything else to do other than scout the enemies. And yeah, we still couldn't beat the mutant player, so that's a little bit concerning, but we still have so much HP that I'm pretty confident that we will be able to go level 9, and hopefully that gives us enough power to beat him. So as I said, nothing else to do, we're just gonna sit around and scout the enemies. But luckily for me, they pretty much didn't move and I don't really know how to improve my positioning from there, so the only thing I changed was the echo. I wanted to jump down the middle and cast its ult on as many people as possible, but yeah, nothing else to do really. So there's this guy with Twin Shot and he has Twin Shot Augment and also this Jinx, and yeah, I think if there's anything besides Synaptic Web Mutants that can really destroy Irelia, then it's it's Twin Shots with this Augment. I don't know, Twin Shot with this Augment, it feels so nasty and so strong. I don't know. This Jinx, I couldn't ever get close to her with Knight's Edge. I mean, without it, it's kinda whack. She jumps in and usually just dies, but Knight's Edge, Jinx, this augment, super strong. So another thing, there is Irelia in the shop, but you can always see we fight another Irelia player, and I'm pretty confident that there will always be other Irelia players in your lobby, so I can't really recommend trying to go for Irelia free, because in well, almost every game it's gonna be impossible to hit. So focus to go on level 9 if you already hit everything. So one more round, still not selling the Rek'Sai because I'm pretty healthy and I don't need every single gold to go level 9. Yeah, just gonna scout the lobby and see who we're gonna fight. And yeah, this fight I actually put Irelia out of the socialite hex, and maybe that's one thing that people in lower elo would never do. But it's still better to miss out on the socialite benefits than to get Zephyred. And that pretty much applies to all the value greeting side of things, you know, like also the keepers augment or exiles. People tend to greet too much value and they're gonna get wrecked for it. Well, speaking of getting wrecked, I also got wrecked this round, but it was not because I wasn't in the socialite hex. This guy just decided that he's gonna hook my Sivir, so he's gonna do the Zephyr cheese in the corner with Blitzcrank. You Zephyr the unit in the corner and hook the unit right next to it. So I don't know if he just liked that better or didn't want to Zephyr the socialite hex. But there was a good chance that he would do it otherwise. He would Zephyr my Irelia, and well, I think I would have done that, so that's why I moved out of it. So for this mutant guy, he has this Assassin Alistair and the Kha'Zix, so I went to the other side because I think I could dodge it, and I also put my little innovator thingy right in front of it to bait the assassins away from my units in the corner. And I'm not sure if you noticed in the beginning of this fight, but it actually worked quite well. The Alistair turned around and attacked the innovator thing, and it also ulted that way. So that way my backline was really safe. And I also went level 9 the first chance I got, because the lobby is kind of close and I don't want to lose any more HP than necessary. So I'm still rolling a little bit. Of course, now it's anyway too late for Irelia. I don't have enough money, and I think the other guy is still in, not really sure. But yeah, my goal is gonna be to make chase 2, and that's my board. If I win, I win, and if not, then I can't really improve it from there. So after scouting, I realized I'm gonna fight the twin shot guy, and he doesn't have any assassins, so there's no need to go like to the other corner or anything. So I pretty much just wanted as much keeper value as I can get. He doesn't have any Zephyrs, so then I can greed all the value, you know? There's nothing to counter it, so then it's fine here. But just like it was before, this guy is super strong, and Edge of Night Jinx, I can't kill it. Even if I get it low with Irelia, it's gonna get untargetable and I can't really do anything. Right, so we're still rolling, trying to find the chase 2. But the most important part of late game, as I have mentioned before in my other videos, is scouting. So always look who you're gonna fight next and position accordingly. This is gonna be so important, and I guarantee you it's the deciding factor who's gonna be first, second, third, sometimes even fourth. So if you have this problem that you manage to get top 4 often, but you can't really win games or land a second or first more consistent than third and fourth, then this is probably your problem. You need to focus on positioning in the late game. There's not really much else to do anyway, so good positioning can go a long way this late into the game. So yeah, we did fight the Zephyr guy again, and this time I again put out the Econ out of the socialite hacks, and now he Zephyred it, but I swapped and he Zephyred the useless chase 1 with no items, and we win the fight and he's out. So now we have chase 2 and this nice Seeks that I picked up, and that's gonna be our team. There are no more upgrades, this is all we have, and if it's strong enough, it's strong enough, and if not, then it's a second or third. But I definitely don't want to go out as third. So if you think you can improve, or there's one guy that's just way too strong, then strive to go second. Don't settle for third or fourth. Do your best, do some nice positioning, and hope that you can at least get a second. So this time around, my little innovator thingy didn't work, and Alistair is in a terrible spot for me. Really not looking that good, and also I had this frozen heart, so I'm really lucky that I somehow was still strong enough. And we beat this guy really close actually in the end. There was this overtime and Alistair's Infinity Edge. It was actually kind of scary, but not really. We get him in the end, and so we are guaranteed second place. So now there's only the raid boss left. We have the twin shot guy, and yeah, the fights before that, they weren't looking too hard, gonna be honest. There wasn't really a chance for me to play, and so again, as I said earlier, this guy doesn't have any Zephyrs or anything, so I want to greed as much value as I can and make me as tanky as possible, so maybe I can survive the Jinx ult. Not really sure what to do here. So the only thing I did was I put everything kind of to the right side, so that when this Gangplank walks up, that my Irelia just focuses it, and maybe I can kill it quickly, and Silco can maybe kill his own Jinx, but there's not really a chance for me here. So we survive another round, and there's one last fight after the minion round, but you can already pretty much guess how this is gonna end. And while this fight rolls, I want to say thank you all for watching, and if you enjoyed this, maybe consider subscribing and liking the video. But as always, I'll see you guys next time.